All right, everybody, we are live. Welcome to another edition of Yankees Live Murica Guns and Freedom Chat. I'm going to try to get through this without losing my voice. Uh, and I want to apologize to the 2 to 4 people that actually look forward to my videos every day. I could not do one today. I tried to film it, but I could not stop coughing and I'd lose my voice, and it was just wasn't happening. So rather than put out a video that was even less, I guess, more subpar than my other videos, I just decided I was not doing one today. And I was not doing it hoping that my voice would come back enough for the chat. And it's back. This morning, I couldn't talk at all. And then I got to where I could talk some for the video, but I would cough a lot. I'd lose my voice. So it's back some now, although I sound manly. It's like the manly Marshall now. I got a gravelly voice, but I got a super chat came in here right off the top too. So let me get to that. Christopher J. Henry said, for the pets, the P's and the V's, I also just joined your Patreon account. I saw that. It came through you just joined recently because I just saw it. Where was it? It was right under a very unflattering picture that X Adam 1 sent me saying it was me. That's not me. I didn't have that good of hair when I was that age. Yes, I saw right here. Christopher J. Henry became a $10 a month patron, which means I'm probably only down about $200 now. I could look and see, I guess, if I wanted to know. I really don't want to know because when it gets close to the end of the month, it gets scary because people jump ship in record numbers as you get close to the end of the month. Let's see, how far down are we for the month? Actually, we're down less now than we were. We're down only $154 now. Looks like some people joined, although some people deleted. There's a couple deletes here, but they were like $1 patron, $1 patron, $2 patron, and then there's a $5 patron that left. But then I got a $10 patron, so made up for them. Let's see here. Did I read his question? I don't think I did. First time doing that. I believe in what you're doing. Thanks. Oh, okay. There was more just a comment. I read half the questions and then I go off on a tangent and then I forget to answer the question or read the other half of it sometimes. Oh, he did another one here also. Says, also wanted to thank you for being vocal when it comes to religion. Historically, I'm ordained as a Baptist and apostolic Pentecostal. I think if you get a couple of shots of penicillin, you can get rid of that, to be honest. But congratulations. I don't know what to say, or sorry. I'm not sure how to react there. I'm ill and I'm doped up on medication. So to get my voice enough to do this, I literally, it was like, here, take these. And it was like a pile of pills. I am, everyone probably knows or watches me knows I am married to a nurse. Unfortunately, it's a hospice nurse. So I never am sure whether to trust the recommendations or not. But I was given a pile of pills to take that were like, okay, this one's for pain, this one's for congestion, this one's for antihistamine, this one's for your sinuses, and this one's an expector, and I just took them blindly. So hopefully I'll make it through the chat. And I took a CBD gummy, but this time I made sure it was just the CBD when I didn't get into my mom's accidentally. So I didn't get weirdo during the middle of that today. I got another super chat coming in here before I get to the spiel. California DOJ suffered a data breach and released all the info of all CCW holders accidentally on purpose. I guess criminals now will have resources to whose homes not to invade if there's only one. But unfortunately, they also know if take one of these houses, and then if it's ever empty, I might be able to get in and get a gun illegally. So seems to me people should be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Oh, we got a big donation here. Just made up whatever you may come short this month. Yes, you did. You just made it up. So thank you very much. Well, we will be funded for TYM Triple P. Well, no, because this goes to vets. And well, you made up what we were short on the pets and vets, because pets and vets didn't do well this month. Super chats have been down, and I was like, how are super chats down? I've been getting them but then I paid attention, and there were a lot of chats where we only made like $50 in super chats, and that comes to like $30 at the end of the day. And to maintain it at the inflated level we've been maintaining it at, which is doing more than we normally do, it takes about $45 a day to fund it. So that's why I was a little short this month. And if I end up being short on TYM Triple P, I always come in and ask. I'm like, hey, we're over on pets and vets. Like, I got $80 extra on pets and vets, but I'm $100 short on TYMP. Does anybody mind if I move the money over? No one usually does. No one cares. I still ask just to be polite, but no one usually cares. But yeah, thank you. That covers it all. And it makes up for you taking so goddamn long to become a member. There's so many people out there that are taking so damn long. Well, people don't know what we do over here, because they all they know is what the big channels say about my channel. And the big channels say only negative things about my channel, because I don't play that fucking let's say whatever we got to say, do whatever we got to do to be popular, make money, become parts of big. I mean, look at Iraq Veteran 888 and Military Arms Channel. What did they do? They just got their wish. They became movers and shakers in a big money-making organization, the GOA. That was their goal all along. These people want to be, they want to be Wayne LaPierre. That's their goal in life. I mean, remember when I post that picture of all of them standing with Wayne LaPierre? I'm like, that's their future goals. It's not my goal. I wouldn't want to be a Wayne LaPierre to save my life, even if it did mean millions of dollars. Money don't mean that much to me. Isn't that a line? Money don't mean that much to me. And isn't that a line to a song? I can't get it in. I can't. I've got another song stuck in my head, and I can't get that. I can't figure that one out. All right, let me. I got all the super chat. Oh, nope, there's another one from 545 by 39. You missed a super chat before mine. Okay. I just made whatever. Okay. Oh, I did miss one from Christopher J. Henry. CJ, as I'm sure his friends call him. Like my son, a lot of his friends call him KJ, because when he was in grade school, like the day he started kindergarten, I signed him up for kindergarten, Caden. Every his friends started calling him KJ, and I'm like, why are your friends calling you KJ? Because he was one of 3 Cadens in his kindergarten class. I'm like, where the fuck did they get 3 Cadens? CJ said, I've left the religious work because of the abusive treatment I've experienced over the years against the congregation. Religion is a business nowadays, and it's been a business since medieval times, but it's like the religious mafia. It's like the Jesus mafia. Jesus is going to break your knees if you don't come to church this week. I wish Jesus would break my knees. No, I don't. I don't know why I said that. I don't want my knees broken. The coughing. Let's see here. There was something I needed to do. Oh, I got to get the chat out. I never popped out my chat. Oh, there it is. Oh, I can see myself crystal clear. I don't like that. I liked it better when it was fuzzy. Before, I could have picked my nose and you would have never known. Now people will see if I pick my nose. I don't normally pick my nose in the chat, but you never know what might happen. Where am I at? Okay. I didn't do the spiel, but I think most of you know the spiel. This early crowd is usually just the regulars, so we're going to skip the spiel. I will say that today and tomorrow are the last days to get entries into the super chats. into the friend drawing via super chat. So if you want to, I wish Jesus would try to break my knees. Yeah, I don't know though. I'm getting older, and Jesus is very fit. He looks like he does CrossFit. Well, not pun not intended there. Uh, he looks pretty fit. I don't know if I can. Although he's from the Middle East and he's old from back in the day, so he's probably fit, but you're probably 5'2", weighs about 140 pounds. I think I could still take him in a fist fight. Plus, he's going to turn the other cheek, right? If I punch him, he's going to turn, let me punch him in the other cheek. So I'm going to do a left-right combination so that all my powers in that second punch take him down. Someone said, did I spill something on my shirt? Where at? Oh, yeah, there is something on my shirt. What is that? It's chocolate. It's from my Klondike bar I ate. So that's what I thought it was, or else I wouldn't have tasted it. But get that off there. I'll do the whole chocolate on my shirt. That's a big chunk of chocolate. Yes, that's what I have to do for now. I got most of it off. Yeah, when I was eating my Klondike bar, the side pieces, the side coverings of the chocolate sometimes go rogue when you eat a Klondike bar. Where am I? Got another super chat coming. Another one from CJH. Could you? You look good, super clear. You're a handsome man. Don't kiss my ass. I know I'm gotten old. The only one of the worst. What's worse than getting old and unattractive is people trying to tell you, "Oh no, you look like you always did." I'm like, don't tell me that because I look like shit now. It means I look like shit then, and I know I didn't used to look like shit. I used to be a lot better looking. Let me go down here. Iowa Joe, Yankee is a werewolf. Iowa exists. There, I did my part for the day. You did do your part for the day. Your fake news part for the day. I think Christopher J. Henry, this is from Dale. I think Christopher J. Henry and you need to get a room. He'd just be disappointed. I mean, even in good health, there'd only be so much I could do. But right now, I was just don't expect much out of me. Back in the day, I'd give it a go if the money was right, but now I'm just like, where am I? So this is kind of a why are you eating KFC and Klondike bars? You have the money to eat real food. Why are you eating KFC and Klondike bars? Well, I'm eating the Klondike bars for my throat. The cold helps my throat a little bit. And the KFC is just awesome. I don't know. I don't have any KFC right now. I haven't had it in a while. I mean, I only have the urge for. It used to be I could eat KFC every day. Nowadays, I only have the urge for KFC like once every 2 weeks or something, at most. Christopher J. Henry, we're all getting older. Oh well, that's better than the alternative. There's only one alternative to getting older. That's dying, and I don't want to die right now. I kind of feel like I do sometimes, but I don't really want to. I have to remind myself this is temporary. Well, maybe not. Maybe the COVID test was wrong and it's actually COVID and I'll die from it, but I doubt it. Let me get over to the chat over here. I reminded everyone today and tomorrow, last days, get interested. We'll just skip the rest of the spiel. Is it allergies or something else? It's upper respiratory. But I think it's upper respiratory combined with allergies because it's allergy season. And then I usually get this in the winter. I used to get it all the time in the winter. I'm prone to pneumonia and walking pneumonia. Ever since I had some lung damage when I was in the military, actually in basic training, I had some lung damage. Or was it AIT? think it was no, it was basic training. Uh, and I've had problems with upper respiratory and pneumonia since then, where I collapsed one of my lungs, damaged it a little bit. So I get pneumonia like I used to get it almost every year, but lately I've gotten it less often. I think it's stress related too. I think now that I don't have as much stress in my life, I don't get it as often. Same thing with my migraines. I don't get them as much nowadays that I'm retired as I used to. When I had when I was running the bar and the restaurant at the same time, uh, I wasn't involved in the other business. When I was running the bar and the restaurant at the same time, every day was a fight against getting a headache. I just try not to do any of the trigger things for a migraine today. You know, now I have a migraine like every month or so. Austin Roberts donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, got an entry into the friend drawing, and says, "What do you think of 9mm 1911? Looking at a Nighthawk Thunder Ranch at 9mm." Well, 9mm is a perfectly acceptable round. 1911s are awesome, but to me, if you're going to defile a 911 and you're going to get it in something other than 45 ACP, you at least owe it the courtesy to go to 10mm, not 9mm. But that's just my own personal opinion. You do you, boo. You know what I mean? They shoot really nice. I have a 911 now, that 1911, that Bull Armory one. It shoots amazing. Having 9mm in it, it's like, wow, this shoots really nice. Let's see where we are. Wolfism has already taken a hold. Sounds like he will be a full werewolf soon. If I was werewolf, I wouldn't get upper respiratory infections. I'd be a little. I was trying to use the little break there to cough. Christopher J. Henry, or CJ, once again says, Beretta M9A4 G series only. What do you think about it? Oh, I love the Beretta M9A4s. I love the M9A3s. The only thing keeps me from getting an M9A4 is I have an M9A3. And since I'm not going to put an optic on it, I might as well just stick with the M9A3. Now, the M9A3 I have is the baby shit colored one. If it wasn't for the little live thing, which I don't know if you all see that or not, you all might be able to see it, like, right. I'm not good at this. Hold on. Oh, wrong way. There. You might be able to see it right there. X Adam one said he sent a picture of me. I said I saw that. I never had that together when I was that age. That kid's got his I'll show people. I don't know. That's kind of it's a questionable picture to show, but I'll show it. What the fuck? This is the picture. Why won't it open? It won't open. What's the fuck's the deal here? Somehow he sent it to me in a way that it won't open. So I'll open his email and I'll show that. There's no way this could be me at that age, because that kid's got it together. I mean, look at that hair. That's real cream if I ever saw. He's got his t-shirt tucked into his undies. I never had my shit that together when I was that age, so that is not me. Watching Sergeant Bilko, very funny. That's old. I see one post talking about they took away rights from a generation that doesn't have anything to lose, and gave examples of what they done. It just illustrated how dumb they are. I don't know what you're talking about. You weren't very explicit there. I have January 6th news fatigue. Everybody needs to move on from that incident the way they've moved on from George Floyd riots, which caused significantly more damage. I disagree 100%. I don't watch it every day. I don't watch any of the hearings, so I don't have fatigue. Uh, that's the best way to avoid fatigue, not watch it. But from what's been going on, there's a lot of people that need to face treason charges. Lots of people. And I hope they all get their due. Now, do I hold any hope that the people who actually tried to overthrow the government will get in trouble? Nah, because they never hold themselves accountable, and I'd be holding themselves accountable. If they set a precedent for politicians being held accountable for their actions, that would apply to them too. So, what I really think the January 6th hearings are going to be all about is uh, election stuff. They'll say, the way they'll get out of holding anybody accountable if they lose the elections is saying, well, we lost the election and the Republicans took over and shut it down. So it's not our fault. And if they somehow win by saying, hey, if you don't vote for us, the Republicans are going to come in and shut down the election, well, then they won't have anything to lose and they'll figure everybody will forget by next term. So they'll just kind of let things fade away. But I don't remember anybody in the George Floyd riots, which there were some riots, actually trying to overthrow the government in any way that could have even possibly been successful. Burning down a Rite Aid is not going to overturn the government. I think treason is a pretty serious charge. I think sedition is a serious charge, and I think they should be charged with it if they're guilty of it. CJ Henry says, I'm thinking about getting you a CZP-10, C or F. I'm certain they're going to change your top 5. I don't know. I've shot them. I just don't think it would change my top 5. I mean, they're great. I'm not saying they're bad. CZ makes good pistols. It's just that, if you've had ribeye steak every day for 29 days, and on the 30th day, they say, tonight we're going to make something that really, really blows you away. And they bring you the same ribeye steak, except they put a piece of parsley on it. I mean, I'm going to be disappointed, even though I love ribeye steak. I'm like, it's just another ribeye steak. And you've been feeding me that for the last 29 days, and you told me it was going to be something different. It wasn't anything different. Just a different name on it, pretty much. I did her on TYM Triple P. Keep it up. I did her on TYM Triple P. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. In fact, it almost sounds like rape. Not sure what they're talking about. Why don't you set up an Amazon store? Because I'm not in this I don't want to be beholden to income. You know what I mean? It's kind of a selling out type of thing. I don't want to do that. I want this channel to not be about commercialism. I want it to be about activism and involvement. I want things to get done, and I want it to be done by the people who actually watch the channel. That way we're doing things the people who watch the channel want us to do. When you get into things like accepting money from outside, well, that quickly outpaces the money you make from, like, if I right now would do paid reviews, would do discount links, would just advertise products and give you discount codes and take my share, very quickly I could easily make more money than I'm making right now, or the channel could bring in more money than it's bringing in right now. And at that point, it starts to be, you don't worry about doing the right thing for the people that are paying for it. You start worrying about how do you keep that corporate money coming in. If like when the NRA was paying people for memberships, you suddenly stop caring about your viewers and you start telling them to join the NRA, so you keep getting that NRA money. And then when they stop paying you for membership, then people like, I can't support them right now. It's because they stopped paying you for membership drives. Excuse me. just post stuff that you use and people buy it, you get a cut. People are always asking about your ammo cans and their stuff. And I don't. It's a slippery slope. Let's just say that it's a slippery slope when you start trying to come up with other ways to make money other than just donation driven. Those other ways to make money suddenly become more important, and I don't want to keep doing that. Right now, CJ, I would put you on timeout for doing super chats. You're going to end up in the poorhouse. And I don't want to be responsible for that. Remember, Yankee, activism requires funds. It'll always take money. Yes, it does take money. But you got to consider the source. Like if I hear, oh, this is a nonprofit organization funded solely by donations from supporters, the general public, blah, blah, blah. That's one thing. When I see another one that's like, oh, this is a nonprofit organization and it's funded solely by Facebook, well, then that's something else. Like that commercial you keep seeing about, don't give the tech advantage to China. Keep innovation in this country. That's Facebook trying to prevent Facebook from being broken up. And it does nothing to do with innovation. It has to do with monopolies. Because eventually, when you do stuff like, even if you start off small and you say, hey, I'm going to do these charities, I'm going to do it with the money that comes in from supporters, individual donations, etc. If you start going to like big donations or other types of donations, like corporate stuff, like if I got to where I was making a huge amount of money on Amazon could come to me and say, hey, if you want to keep making this money, stop showing this type of product. And I don't want that to happen. And if I took big money donations from like the GOA could say, hey, you need to toe this line if you want to keep the money flowing. I don't want to be in that position. And like I say, it's a slippery slope. Space Catboy says, migraine and fatigue has ruined my life. I go blind, get extreme numbness in my arms, violent puking, then an extreme headache. Takes a week to recover. I would sometimes get to that point. Not always. Sometimes I just had to be like lay still in a dark room with a wet cloth on my head just to not feel like I'm dying. But I've gotten to that point and it's not fun. Maxalt helped me a lot. Maxalt was the one drug I took that actually helped. Tastes like shit, but stick it under your tongue, let it dissolve. It helped a lot. Usually about an hour or two later, I'd start feeling better after I took it. But you can only take it like 3 times a week or something like that. So you have to be careful. But yeah, migraine. What I hate is the ocular migraines. I get those. The first time I got one of those, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you'll be looking right at the computer screen, but you can't see the computer screen. You see things to the side of the computer screen, or you're trying to read and you can't. You only see the first and last 2 letters of every word you look at. And it's just like there's a dead space in my vision, but my brain is shoving it together and things look warped and distorted. It's freaky. I remember the first time I ever got one, I called the helpline for my insurance, and they're like, you're having an ocular migraine. You're not going to die. We'll make you an appointment for tomorrow. Because I think I'm having a stroke, but it was just an ocular migraine. I've had them multiple times since then, but the first one was weird as fuck. Did you spill something on your shirt? Yes, you can pick it. It just don't eat it. Well, I had to taste, see what it was. Although luckily it wasn't like bird shit. I looked at it, I was pretty sure it was chocolate, and I knew I'd just eaten a Klondike bar, so nothing got on the couch. I hope my shirt stopped it. I remember once we were going somewhere. We were at the fort in downtown Vancouver, and Caden, there was something on the sign. He scraped it off with his finger, and he tasted it to see what it was, and he thought it was ice cream. Someone had dripped ice cream on the sign. It was bird shit, of course, but I was like, don't eat bird shit. He was 5, 6 at the time, so young, but to this day, every time I see bird shit on something, I'm like, Caden, won't you taste that for me and tell me if that's bird shit? He's like, huh, huh, huh. I was 5. What did you do for that Klondike bar? I gave Caden $4 and sent him down to the Mercantile. Excuse me. I know how you feel. I'm down to like a 7.5. Yeah, you wish. I mean, I was an 8 something at one time, maybe an 8.5, maybe even a 9 at one point in my life, but I've slid down to probably about a 4.5 now. How often do you suggest cleaning guns? I do it every range trip. Overkill? No, it's not overkill. I clean mine every time I use it. Not going to hurt them cleaning them. So might as well clean. What about a 1911 and 460 Roland? It's stupid. I don't like guns in 460 Roland. It's like, how abusive do you want your handgun to be, and how ridiculous do you want it to be? You got to know eventual failure rates on these guns is higher, and they're not fun to shoot, not easy to shoot. So I think they lower your chance of surviving a violent encounter. Maybe they are misting colloidal silver in your safe, hospice nurse and all. No, there's nothing in here. It's nice in here today, though. It's 44% humidity, 68 degrees, which is about what it is outside right now. Today we got up to 70. It was sunny, 70. It was very nice. I wish I could have went out and enjoyed it instead of being sick. uh, what was I going to say? Turnip got to go out and enjoy it. He spent most of the day outside today. He loved it. I set up the patio furniture, and there's a couch he likes to sit on out there. So I set it out for him. CJ once again donated. Brother Yankee, whoops. How can I donate to you without being on a live chat? By the way, Klondike bars are dangerous. Patreon is the best way, or what do you call it? Subscribe Star. Those are the best ways. There's also PayPal, but I'm not sure exactly how that goes, how people get straight to that. There's also WAP membership. People become WAP members. I didn't cover that today, and I'm getting asked questions. Where the silver iodine experiments did the U.S. government conducted, was it a way to get rid of werewolves? And did you get sprayed with silver iodine? Not that I know of. I didn't get sprayed with silver iodine. It might have been a way to try to wean werewolves out of the ranks. But here's the thing. The werewolves are already at the upper ranks where they're not going to, and they're going to, not let anybody in the lower ranks that they already know is werewolf because they know each other. They're not going to let them be the selected people to try it on. So it's kind of a smokescreen. It's like, look, we proved there's no werewolves in the military, but it was the werewolves that ran the tests and chose who got subjected to them. What do you think about the parents of the slain Uvalde kid suing Daniel Defense? Don't think they have any right to. I think it should be shut down fast. There's laws against it, and Daniel Defense didn't do anything wrong. They didn't advertise to kids and all this other stuff like Remington stupidly did. But so yeah, I don't think they have a rat's chant. A rat's ass chant. A rat's blah. You know what I mean. What do you think of the Smith & Wesson Performance Center Model 19 carry comp? I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's one of their better guns. If it wasn't for the fact that I already have a 586 L comp, I would have bought one. I still kind of want to buy one, even though I already have a 586 L comp, which is one round more. With the new Starlink, would you dare stream the live chat in 1080? What am I streaming in? Let's see. What's it streaming? Oh, it's in 720. I could. Oh, it doesn't let me. If you already go live in 720, it doesn't let you switch it to 1080. Well, I think we tried that once before. I don't really see a reason why I would, to be honest, because how much do you all need to see me? I don't think very much, do you? For the critters that improve our lives in this country and the people who defend it, past and present. I think that means for the P's and the V's, for pets and vets. That was on Hooked on Phonics, worked for me. And yes, pets do improve our lives. Oh, I saw some story yesterday and I didn't mean to see it, but I saw it. It's about a guy who had adopted a pit bull earlier from a pet rescue, and then he brought it back a while later, just malnourished and mistreated. And I'm like, why did no one tackle him right there and then and just drag him to the back and euthanize him? Motherfucker. Pissed me off. 2 stories in a row I read that I didn't mean to that pissed me off. That one and the one about the AI being racist. Such bullshit. They're like, oh, problem with AI is it becomes racist and sexist. And they're like, the way you could tell is we did these tests where it had blocks with human faces on it. And we gave it the circumstances of a crime. And it identified black people as the criminal 10% more than it did white people. Well, that's because it was basing it on math and how if a certain crime is committed, it is far more likely to be a black person. That's like, being logical is not the same thing as being racist. If there is a gang shooting in downtown LA and 8 people are killed and there's 10 suspects, if you sit and say, well, it's 50-50 chance if they're white or they're black, that's not being woke, that's being dishonest. Chances are 80-20 that they're black or Asian. Black or Hispanic, I mean, sorry. That's just the way it is. That's math. The AI is using statistics. Statistics aren't racist, they're representative. And if you can't accept that, then you can never do anything about the problem. Because if you never accept that something is wrong with our society, because where a group of people, a race of people, are somehow being put into situations where they commit crimes at a much higher rate. If you don't admit that, well, then you can't look at why that is, and you can't solve why that is. I mean, the solution to a lot of these gang problems isn't, well, let's pretend it's a 50-50 problem and just not do anything because we don't want to be racist. That's not going to solve the problem. If you want to say, well, what are we going to do about the gang problem in LA? People should say, well, it mostly affects the black population. So how about we go to black neighborhoods, provide after school services, other opportunities to go do things and have a life after school while your parents are still in work instead of just hanging out with a gang. Make resources for parents to be better parents, But first, you got to acknowledge that really the problem exists mostly in the black community. Because what good would it do? Okay, we're going to give half of the money to Compton and the other half of the money to Bel Air. That doesn't make sense. You're just wasting the money. I'm going to get $30 worth of gas at Safeway. The cheapest, he said. I don't have my phone on me right now. I can't give you money. Where is he? I am on my phone. Oh, no, wait. I am on my chat and don't have my phone. You need to clean the kitchen before you go anywhere. I will give you money once my chat is done. All right, where was I? I think I got a couple super chats I've missed here. Maybe not. TJ Farmer. My voice was going out. I can't hit those notes right now. TJ Farmer 9380. That worked better. When I go to TYMP, the one-time donation from PayPal in right of the front page. Oh, yeah. I think if people go to TYMP, I forget about goddamn TYMPpistolproject.com. I don't interact with it. That's usually Vincenzo Lombardo. Oh, and I want to announce right now to Vincenzo and to everyone involved in TYM Triple P, I am going to be doing a soft reboot of TYM Triple P where we do things a little differently. Don't worry, if you're someone that's already chosen, your gun will be coming. But it's not going to change anything. It's just going to be a little soft reboot. So be watching your inboxes if you're one of the people involved in it, or if you're Vincenzo Lombardo, because I think Lorenzo needs some help. And I don't want that to fall on me. I don't want to have to do the work. I'm generous, but also very lazy. TJ Farmer, that's what he was talking about earlier, that he did that on TYMPP. The Yankee Marshall Pistol Project.com. There's a link to donate to TYMP Triple P, I guess. Yeah. I just don't go to the website very often, so I don't even remember that it's there. Only time I remember it's there is when we're doing special things, like I have to go over and put up a splash page for Toy Guns for Tots, or oh shit, the people from I wasn't feeling well today, but the people from Fur Friends Animal Rescue contacted me today, and I didn't get back in touch with them because I did it while I was sick as a dog and didn't have my voice. I might have to text them after this because my voice probably won't be back. Michael Sumner, no relation to Gordon. Do tasers or bear spray have any effect on werewolves? At least long enough to slow them down until you get some silver. Well, bear spray they're not going to like, and taser they're not going to like, but the bear spray would piss them off. The taser would piss them off. I don't know if that would do you any good. If you don't have silver, that's not going to slow them down long enough for you to somehow miraculously get silver. It's just going to piss them off, and now you're going to have an angry werewolf instead of one that was just doing what comes natural to werewolves. Now you got an angry one on your case. It's now personal. Where am I? Over here. Oops. You make it sound like you have morals regarding taking money. It's not morals, I don't think. It's I have determined what I want to happen, and I know what I don't want to happen. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I've called out these fearmongers and profiteers forever. I don't want to become one of those. I know that I very easily could if money started flowing. Like if I started having enough money to buy a new gun every week because I was raking in money from, like GOA, etc. And I thought that was never going to end. You think I'd give that up? No, I'd do whatever I needed to make that keep happening. And that would make me lose sight of what I think is important. So Yank, any idea if Taurus makes or made a 6-shot 357 Magnum in small frame with a 3-inch barrel? 6-shot in small frame? I don't know. You'd have to go look, but I don't think very small. But I know they make 6-shot 357 Magnums. Rep Andy Biggs is demanding answers from the ATF for the increase in FFL revocations. I'm also curious about why this happened. I'd be willing to bet probably a lot of FFLs just weren't meeting the requirements they were supposed to, and ATF wasn't paying attention. And then suddenly people started looking at them, so they're like, "Oh, we got to start doing our job." TJ Farmer 9380 donated again and says, "Keep your principles. I respect that. I am trying, but like I said, if tomorrow GOA rolled a dump truck of money up to my door and said, 'Hey, you want to be the blah 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 director of blah 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 for Oregon and make a bunch of money?' I'd probably say yes." So uh, that's why I say I don't know if they're morals or not, because I would abandon them pretty quickly if enough money flew my direction. It's what I've always said. I'm not saying I can't be bought. I'm just saying no one's been willing to pay the price, and that's probably a positive thing for most everybody else. Christopher J. Henry once again donated. I thought I told you time out on the super chats. You're going to go broke. Someone mentioned me calling you brother Yankee. This is habitual or me to call those I'm fond of as brother or sister. It's my own weirdness. Oh, I got no problem with that. I remember I was raised Southern Baptist. Everybody called everybody brother David, brother John, brother Bill. Bro, I was just used to it. Doesn't bother me. I don't care. If someone wants to consider me, because the way I look at that is when you call someone brother this or sister that, you're saying we are brothers and sisters as far as we are members of the human race, and what's good for all of us is good for every one of us. Not the other way around. Not what's good for one of us is not good for every one of us. What's good for all of us is good for every one of us. So it doesn't offend me at all. I've been called worse, trust me. I've been called worse today by my family. I'm already in town. Can I do when I get home? Yes. But I will not have my phone until 6 p.m. So yeah, I don't find the whole brother things. I don't find it unusual, and I don't find it offensive. Now, if you told me I needed to tithe 10% to the church, that'd be different. Thoughts on 40 Super? I don't really have any. No experience or real knowledge of, so I can make something up. I've heard every time you shoot 40 Super, someone's grandmother loses a toe. So don't do that. Or every time you shoot 40 Smith & Wesson, a Nazi gets his wings. I don't know, something bad. They don't have a rat's chance in a piranha tank. Do piranhas eat a lot of rats, or do they eat more? What are those things? What are they? Big capybaras. Remember when I was younger, I saw a nature special of a capybara swimming across a creek or something, but there were piranha in it, and he ended up not making it and ate him. It scarred me for life. I was like, poor little capybara. I made a horrible financial decision and bought another gun. Got the P322 for $399. Well, that's not a horrible financial decision. You never know. That gun might be worth $399.50 in the future if you take care of it. So that's more than you would get if you put your money in the bank. Because I remember my kid's college fund before the government stole it, which I got a thing in the mail the other day about setting up a trial date. So hopefully I'll get that soon. Or for our hearing. There was like 60 grand in there. And I remember we get the monthly statements, and for this quarter you earned on $60,000, your interest was $2.15. Like, why would you put your money in the bank for $2.15 for 3 months? But that's not a bad financial decision. That's just investing, as far as I'm concerned. But then again, I'm an enabler. That first story is way more infuriating. Yes, that infuriated me I personally wanted to physically harm that person. The second story was just, oh, that's so fucking stupid. All this woke bullshit that, like, oh, if you're woke, you got to pretend crimes are all committed equally by every race and gender. No, that's stupid. It's not how the world is. You have to have principles, but then you have to adjust those principles to deal with reality. Like if uh it's just, oh, it just makes me mad. It's like when you go to the airport and they're screening for terrorists and they will intentionally not target the Middle Eastern people and they will target like little uh old ladies. No, it would be racist if we targeted the Middle East, the guy in the hijab or whatever they call those things. Uh but so let's, harass the little old white lady or the little black lady from Alabama, because we don't want to seem like we're applying this in any way that makes sense. Well, we don't want to be profiling. Profiling is what police work is. That's 90% of investigations is profiling. You say, okay, here's what happened. What does this mo? What does this? What do these facts? What typical mo do they align with? Like, oh, if Billy is a black kid selling heroin, he gets shot on the corner. Do we think it's probably a rival gang, or do we think it was John, the barber from 3 blocks away? It's just stupid. That's what investigations are about: profiling, using evidence and historical evidence to help you establish connections. The capybara is the largest rodent in the world. Yeah, I still don't want to see him get eaten by a piranha. Did the church you went to in West Virginia smell funny? I don't think it smelled funny. I don't remember, but it smelled like church. A church did have a distinctive smell. The Gospel Lighthouse in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I assume it's still there. I don't know. Let's look it up. Gospel Lighthouse, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Well, they have a website, so I'm assuming that they do have that they still are there. I wonder if there's any pictures of it so I can see that that's the right place. Gospel Lighthouse Church. How do you get to that ain't it. That ain't the one I went to. Maybe they've moved location. Oops, shit. Gospel Lighthouse Church. Well, wait, there's like multiple of them now, and that's not even in the right area. That's in Fayetteville. And that one's in Charleston. Gospel Lighthouse Church, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. They got a Facebook page. Let's see there. Okay, yeah, I think that's the one I went to. Yeah, they got a lot of videos. Looks like it's still there. 54539. When I am chosen as friend of the month next month, I want a 1911. You were chosen this month. I just gave him the shit to send to you. Yes, I just gave him your address yesterday, so to get it sent. Oh, and I wrote down. Well, I don't want to show it, but I'll show the first little bits of it. There, you should recognize that. This is for the grips. Oh my goodness, that was 545 by 39 who donated. No one's ever won 2 months in a row. I mean, there's no rule against it, so it can happen, but no one's ever won 2 months in a row. I mean, the odds that happening are pretty slim, probably like 1 in 750 or something. Christopher Henry, once again, a real shit hits the world's what? A real a real shit hits the world situation. Wouldn't you prefer Gary, G26? I'd cuddle and kiss that every night before bedtime. No, I wouldn't prefer Gary. Gary'd be out there on his own doing his own thing. In fact, I think Gary'd be part of the problem, not part of the solution. I'd rather have my P320 AXG or my, you know, a good revolver. Yeah, I don't think Gary's going to. I don't. Gary's not going to be part of the solution. He's easily corruptible. Dale Rickety. If I win, I want a 4-inch Chiappa Rhino. Yes, I'll pay the difference. That's fine with me. The thing would be finding a Chiappa Rhino. I will be friend of the month again, maybe someday. And thanks for the grips. No problem. I'm sending them out tomorrow. Where did I put them? I put them here somewhere. Where did I put them? Did I take them in there? I think I took them in there. Little did I know I was going to make the envelope in here. So I took them in there. Yeah, I took them in there. In the other part, in the filming part, the studio part of my setup out here. Let me see where we're at here. I knew a rural preacher who went by the name Brother Prophet. I never thought of him as being a real prophet. Yeah, I don't. That's a little self-importance in play there. A little narcissism. 44 Magnum or 357 for lever action carbine. I think 357 is pretty much perfect out of a carbine, but 44 Magnum is pretty damn good too. But for general purposes, I like a 357. I like 4570. That is what my favorite out of carbine is. 44 Magnum is good too. So 357 Magnum. Thoughts on curios and relics license? I may need to apply for one to buy antique firearms in my shithole state. I don't really know much about curio and relic license, to be honest. I don't know what the regulations is on them or what is included. I don't know. So yeah, I just don't have a lot of information I can give you on that. Monday night gas dropped down to $5 per gallon from $5.30. Last night it went up to $5.10. Yeah, as soon as gas prices, if oil prices inch up a tiny percentage point, they raise gases immediately. Oil prices drop dramatically, takes months for them to lower the price. Why do people rant and rave about werewolves? Everyone knows that werewolves don't exist. I think we know now who's werewolf. Sounds like you need to use neti pot to clear up your sinuses. I have, but it doesn't really do anything about the upper respiratory, the phlegm, and the bleh. I can breathe through my nose. See, listen. Right now, because I'm upright. If I laid down, I wouldn't be able to. But it's all this. This is the problem. This is the problem. Gotten old and weak. Plus, I always worry about the neti pot. Like that lady in, you saw a lady in Seattle who had her brain eaten out by flesh-eating amoebas or something because she used a neti pot and didn't do it right. I think I'm back to the bottom. Where are we at on time? Is Never Enough Ammo live yet? Remember, people, let me know when Never Enough Ammo is live. And if someone can post a link in there, I'll pin it to the top. Would the friend drawing be enough to get you an M1 Grand? I don't know how much they cost. I dropped NEA link above. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and find that and pin it. Wow, why am I not finding it? Well, I don't even see it. I don't see the NEA link you dropped. So I want to drop it again so that I can click on it. Bigfoot versus werewolf. Who wins? Bigfoot every time. Revolver packing trucker. I haven't seen him for a while. Where you been? NEA should be going live now. Yeah, he should, but he don't always do what he should. You know how he is. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. One of my favorite sayings. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I say it to my kids all the time. Yeah. Also, what my favorite sayings to say to my kids, like, "Oh, you want that really? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You want in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one gets full faster." That's one of my favorite things to say. Yeah, on 1,000 Ways to Die, a lady died from microorganisms in her neti pot. You got to boil the water and let it cool before you pour it up your nose. See, I ain't got time for that. I'll take my chances. M1 Garand goes for over $1,500 now. You could get them for around 150. Yeah, that's a really high price for that. With the friend draw, oh, I read that. I dreamt DNA link above. You mean non-profiling, like with Vern Troyer in his wheelchair? I say what now? For one, I think he's dead. Two, I don't know. I don't think I would trust. I don't trust midgets or little people, whatever you want to call them. I think they're up to something. They always look suspicious to me. That new internet looks to be working well. Hope you were able to cancel the other services to free up some gun money. Well, I freed up some money because I did cancel the other services. I freed up about Starlink's now costing me $240 a month. Internet before was costing me about $500 to $600 a month. So I'm saving nearly $400 a month. NEA waits for your chats to end, or at least tries. Well, he shouldn't, because I always send people over at the end of my chat. NEA live in 10 seconds, it says. That was Corey Long, who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, to tell me that. Did anybody else click the link? Did anyone else post the link to Never Enough Ammo? There's the link. Okay. Let me post that to the top, pin that to the top so people know where to go. Did you see the CBS report on 50% of murders go unsolved? It is our private prison at fault, less prejudice in our justice system or DNA evidence. Yeah, I'm not real. I didn't see it, so I'd have to. Yes, he has passed now. Or used distilled water in the neti pot. So not my well water. Because I have a well. It's probably got all kinds of things in it. Yeah, okay. Never Enough Ammo is live. Someone else said I gotta pee. I gotta pee too. But thanks everybody for coming today and putting up with me being medicated and ill. Hope I didn't say anything stupid. Well, let's face it. Thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. I hope to see y'all again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, where it will be no opening act tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm the main show. But then sometimes Never Enough Ammo does another chat right after me and then makes me the opening act again. I don't ever get to be the star of the show. Pisses. Never Enough Ammo. Oops, I clicked out of me there for a second. Going over and see Never Enough Ammo now for another couple hours of Murica Guns and Freedom chat and some crazy shit too. So keep your eyes open. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.